Hey everybody, so it's New Year's Day and I had done a video outside when I finished this race, but it was so cold that my brain was frozen and my hands were frozen and the phone was shaking. So the video wasn't that bad, but I kind of wanted to just, there was so much more that I wanted to say, and I wanted to say it a little more eloquently than I did. So the point is that it is New Year's Day, and I've been waiting to do this race for over a month now, and it's the virtual pace series. So it's a run, walk, whatever you choose to do. And this one was really, really important for me. Well, first of all, I did a 10K. I registered to do a 5K. I mean, they're both the same price, but I did the 10K. I decided, you know what, I'm not going to do the 5K. I'm just going to walk the 10K. And I was able to run for the first time. So that's a big bonus right there. But I did a 10K, which is 6 miles. That's huge. That's huge because 6 miles is a lot. And I was able to do it. And I really pushed myself hard because this race was really meaningful for me. And it's keep hope alive. So this is it. This is the medal. And the reason it's so important is because this is for suicide awareness and suicide prevention. And the semicolon, which I had no idea, they use this in regard to that. And it's basically, the author uses a semicolon in the sentence not to end the sentence, but to continue on. And the whole point is to continue on with your life. You are the author. You are the author of your own life, and you need to continue. You need to keep going. You need to keep fighting. And that's easier said than done for a lot of people, myself included. And the past, just reflecting on a lot of things, everyone has their moments in life where they feel a little bit sad. I've had my time, when I started with irritable bowel 20 years ago, I was pretty sad about it, but I never thought about taking my life. I had my sad moments even thereafter, feeling maybe this world would be better off without me, but never actually wanting to take that action to attempt to do anything up until last year. Last year was brutal. So many things were going on last year with my dad, and then my mom, and of course my own health, and then a situation that happens, with a conversation that I had with someone, and it didn't go well, and that just made everything worse. Because imagine the things that you were already thinking about, negative things about yourself, and someone pointing it out, it just kind of sticks even more with you. And I felt that way again this year. I mean, this year was crazy for everybody. So, there were people that have never felt sadness, and this year there's so many people that have had to reach out or have had moments of severe stress and distress and sadness, and they had never felt anything like that before because of this pandemic. So imagine the people that are already going through something and this pandemic on top of that. Whew. So I wanted to do it again. And man, those dark thoughts were just all over the place. And I really have never been in that place. I didn't even know that kind of darkness existed, to be honest with you. I really didn't. And I did this year, and I was able to leave the situation that was making me so stressed out, that made my irritable bowel the worst it's ever been. And on top of that, gave me gastritis. So imagine a person who loves to cook, who went to pastry school and wanted to be a chef, with the savory side, and couldn't do it because irritable bowel. So imagine somebody who loves to cook and can't eat, and can barely eat what she it just can barely eat, and that's hard. That's hard. And the exhaustion that irritable bowel and gastritis can give you, it was really, wow. So that on top of the stress, it was unbearable. And always give thanks to my friend who, she's the one that extended that lifeline, and I was able to leave that situation. And since then, things have changed. I had a lot less stress, but I was still feeling the depression. I was still feeling this unbelievable darkness that was rearing its ugly head on the weekends, because the weekends I had free time. I'm not working, so, you know, I thought something was wrong with me. Like, Ilya, what's wrong with you? You should be, first of all, you're old or older. I'm 43, and you should be handling this a lot better. And not only that, I figured, well, you know, I have a better job now. You know, I have less stress. I have more time, not only more time to do what I need to do, but I also have more time to be with my dad, who has Alzheimer's. And, you know, I was still struggling. So what do? You know, and thankfully, this is the hat. I didn't want to take this off. This is I Don't Mind. And this is a fabulous organization that was in 2017. They created Chris Wood is an actor on Supergirl. And I love comic books. I love superheroes. I love all that stuff. I'm Comic-Con. I'm a nerd. And I'm so grateful for that, because I was exposed to this awesome show, but I was also exposed to this because I follow them on Instagram. And, you know, both him and Melissa Benoist, you know, they were Instagramming, or I don't know, I know you say tweet, but Instagramming, posting on Instagram about this. And I was like, oh wow, this is great. I thought it was amazing. And I Don't Mind basically is, I don't mind to talk about your feelings. I don't mind to talk about mental health issues. I don't mind to hear about it, listen about all these things that are going on as far as you know, sadness, mental health, period. And I thought it was a great thing that they had, but I didn't know that later on they would have services as well. And I finally reached out. I didn't even think that I deserved to. I didn't even think that I should, because I was like, well, I'm too old. Why would I, you know, it's just these crazy things that you tell yourself, you know, this negativity, you know, it's like nobody's too old to reach out. Whether you're young, whether you're old, it doesn't matter if you're in grade school, in high school, you know, in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, even older than that. Everybody deserves to reach out. Everybody needs somebody to talk to. And since I still can't afford a therapist, I decided, okay, this is interesting. Let me reach out. And you text IDM to 741-741, and they connect you to a crisis counselor. And they have been, wow, just priceless to me. I've already reached out to them 3 times. And I still thought the 3rd time, like, oh gosh, you know, Ilya, you're just so annoying. But that's what they're there for. And they really helped me. They've really been helping me sort out through a lot of stuff. And it's normal. You know, I am depressed, you know, because of a lot of things that have happened, and, you know, illnesses and stuff. So, you know, given that, I understand now that it's okay. This is the process. It's going to be a process where you're going to have good days and you're going to have really bad days, but it's okay. And that's very comforting to me. And that everything that I'm doing is good. I'm on the right track, you know, and I never really valued anything that I've done in regards to my health, you know, trying to do this, trying to do that, and always go back to the I'm a burden deal, which was something that has unfortunately stuck like a wart in my brain. And I'm slowly going to get out of that. And that's thanks to this service. It's huge. It's a big deal. You know, you really need somebody to talk to. And this pandemic has made so many things so much harder to deal with. And the fact that I have this now is like, it's like a warm hug, because they're around 24/7. That's a big deal. You know, I feel it's so invaluable, this service, and I can't thank Chris Wood and his friend enough for creating this foundation organization. It's huge. It's huge, and it's given me a lot of hope that was starting to fade again, and I feel so much more happy about it. So I'm reaching out to, I'm just posting this because I did the race, and this is not affiliated with this. These are two separate things. This is virtual pace series, virtual races that they have, and this was for the suicide awareness, and this is different. This is I Don't Mind, the foundation created by Chris Wood and his friend, and they are on Instagram, they are on Facebook, and you can just go to IDONTMIND.com. If you get any of their products, all the 100% of the proceeds go to the foundation, and that's big, that's huge. And I wanted to post about this because this is huge. We're in a new year, 2021. We want this to be better, and you know, that's why I did this today, and not just a 5K. I did a 10K. I did a 10K because this means a lot to me. This was a personal goal. Feeling triumphant, and sorry, trying not to cry here. And it's a big deal. It's a big deal. I did it. I'm so proud of myself, and I finally have hope and a place that I can turn to, a service that you text. I mean, they're texting, and you're getting it all out there, and it feels amazing. And I am super grateful, and I don't mind. I'm not ashamed. I never was. It's just people, you know, were not as open to my openness on the subject. They misconstrued it as whining and complaining. In reality, it's just the depression. That's what it is. It's not being a whiner. It's not being a complainer. It's not knowing. That's what it is. It's not knowing how to deal with the situation that you're going through. The depression, that's what it is. It was depression. It is depression. And I know it's depression. I've known it for a while. So I am finally on the right track. So I'm really happy to say that. I'm happy to feel it. And that's it. That's it. Reach out. Be kind to each other. It's a new year. Definitely reach out. 74174. I'm telling you, go to Instagram, go to their website, go to Facebook, and take advantage of these services, because it's really benefited me in the past few weeks that I've used it. The past two weeks that I have used the service 3 times that I've needed it, I have felt an amazing difference. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful New Year's Day, and I will check in with you with my other races hopefully next week. See ya.